formation of Kind Bar. First, the history. Company founder Daniel Lubsky founded Kind in 2004. Kind reached $1 million of sales in the first year. In 2008, private equity firm VMG Partners invested in Kind. The investment enabled the company to scale its sampling efforts to get more people to try Kind bars. Today, Kind bars are sold at more than 150,000 stores in the United States. In 2014, they sold over 458 million bars and granola pouches, almost doubling the sales of 2013. The founder of Kind. When Daniel Lubsky started Kind in 2004, he was a founder, salesman, box packer, deliveryman, and collections officers all at once. Today, Kind has nearly 500 team members, and Lubsky, now CEO, has learned the importance of nurturing the culture at Kind. Lubsky was born the son of a Holocaust survivor and grew up hearing stories from his father about life in a concentration camp. Lubsky made it his life work to build a company that, at its core, inspired people to live a kind life. Part of that goal is to uphold the company's core values. Lubsky shares some of his principles for incorporating kindness and empathy into your own corporate culture in his first book, Do the Kind Thing. Third, the philosophy of Kind. The philosophy of this brand is healthy and tasty. Following this philosophy, Kind, created from just 8 bar varieties in 2004, has grown to over 22 bars and 6 healthy grain snackable clusters, and a multitude of new recipes being perfected and refined to their standards in the Kind kitchen. Fourth, the Kind movement. Through the Kind movement, Kind wants to create a thriving community of people who choose kindness and make kindness a state of mind. In the spirit of this movement, in 2009, Kind launched Do the Kind Thing, an evolving platform that empowers people to turn kind acts into supportful courses. The Kind movement includes Kind Acts, #KindAwesome, cards, and Kind courses. To date, Kind has performed, facilitated, and celebrated over 1 million Kind acts and has been recognized by Time magazine as a new way to make a difference.
So Kind as a company has been experiencing rapid sales growth. According to IR data, their unit sales growth over the past year for their 4th best-selling bars range from 91 to 127%, and outspaced all other competitors among the top 100. Spin's market data said that Kind's fruit and nut bars increased over 100% in grocery categories during the past year. And Spin's market data said that the highest ACV growth among top 20 bars in grocery categories. So they've clearly been experiencing a lot of growth for the past couple of years, and one of the challenges they've been having is keeping that culture, that the kind culture that they want to accomplish. So being a company that it is, it values having fun, and it values knowing a lot of people, and it values doing the right thing in the world. And one of the challenges with experiencing sales growth is the dilution of those values, those core company values, because as you get bigger, then you start losing some of those values. They are trying to maintain that as best as they can, and that is really the problem here. That's what they face.
When it comes to Kind and its mission of maintaining its culture while expanding, we felt that Cotter's 8-step plan was most appropriate. It really is a detailed guide on how to go from point A to point Z and create that system of socialization and empower team that we feel could really solve their problem. The first 2 steps, creating a sense of urgency and form a coalition behind the change, is something that we feel that Kind has already started. They have already gotten the wheels going, and they have reached out to people. The next three steps, creating and communication a vision while empowering the team behind the change, is something that we feel that kind still need to go through. They should decrease their field-based approach, meaning they should have more people working from the office, they should increase HR involvement, and really maintain and expand that idea of looking at things from a perspective of yes, that they mentioned in their videos. They should increase training and hire and retain employees that really embodies that same values and culture. The last three steps are really designed to cement those change, from planning and rewarding short-term wins to consolidating improvements to finally reinforcing the changes. They need to do that by ensuring that the quality of their product is maintained, that they are doing periodic evaluation and weekly meetings to make sure that employee satisfaction is high and that the tight connection between management and those at the bottom of the chain is still tight and is still strong. And the most important thing that they need to do is to make sure that numbers from profits to cost are still on a good track.
We identified 5 resistances to this change. 1 is losing habit and routine. Employees are satisfied with the way things are, and it will take longer for them to get used to the new norm. 2 is losing economic security. The company is still expanding. Making a change like this could potentially slow down growth since the employees are distracted. 3, fear of unknown. Employees do not know for sure putting in the extra time and work will lead to positive results. 4, structural inertia. Employees who disagree with the new change might not cooperate or act negatively towards the change. And lastly, threat to established power relationship. The tight connection and transparency that managers have with team members could be hard to maintain. In order to minimize resistance, we came up with a couple of solutions. 1, upper management has to constantly remind employees the benefits of this particular change. 2, create and encourage positive attitudes towards the change by identifying short-term wins. 3, offer incentives for employees to participate in the bonding events while maintaining their work performance. And lastly, recognize and promote employee-oriented leaders and charismatic leaders.
As a team member of Team Golden, I personally interviewed Ms. Tanveer Kaur, who works as a project manager at Aurotech. I asked her a few questions which were as follows. The first question was, how easily are you distracted while doing tasks for work? She said after having her first child, working from home became one of the most distracting factors. She also mentioned having a proper workspace and home environment makes work a lot easier and less distracting. The second question was, do you notice yourself procrastinating? Yes, she notices herself procrastinating a lot of times. She observed that she would leave a lot of tasks for last minute. The third question was, what is your company culture? Do employees have a good bond? Ms. Tanveer said people at Aurotech share a very close bond, which is directly related to the company's positive and culturally connected working environment. Fourth question was, if you had a group project, how do you guys communicate? Whenever they have a group project, they communicate through WebEx, online tool screen sharing, or conference calls. Fifth question was, how well do you know your coworkers? Ms. Tanveer knows her coworkers closely because of their consistent and repetitive interactions. The last question was, if you had a choice, would you prefer going back to work in the office? What do you think is a healthy mix for working in the office and working at home? Lastly, she said it is more feasible to work from home as it saves a lot of time commuting, and it is very important to have a mix of both working in the office and working from home.
We also surveyed 45 people in person and 25 online. Based on our in-person survey and our online survey, we can conclude that people are in favor of a system of socialization and empowered team. They strongly believe that these two are the lifeblood behind a strong, supportive organizational culture and are willing to be part of those change if necessary. Respondents also agree that a stronger bond between upper management and coworkers would encourage them to attend work, be productive, and remain motivated. Most people surveyed were between 25 and 45-year-old and tended to be in group. They also worked either part-time or full-time, and a lot of them had experience working in a field-based environment. Kind is an impressive company that is now at its expansionary stage. To maintain its culture, a solid system of socialization and empowered teams would thus be most effective. Kind's long-term longevity could depend on this change.
Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime he might perpetrate next?
He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of homicidal maniac.